Hello, Yasu here. First things first, I'm going to share to you my impressions on my HIMI Gouache paint after 2 years. A little bit of backstory on this video is that I purchased this paint way back in 2020 in Shopee in the Philippines for an affordable price. I'm really glad I did because it's my first time purchasing online for art materials. So I thought hoarding would be great to start something new. Hoarding, which is addicted to online shopping. I mean gouache. Gouache. It's gouache. It's gouache. Ugh. So I didn't document my first time using them because I was too excited, then ended up not explaining on my first impressions in them. So sorry for my cringe-worthy content right now because I don't know what's up in my head. So to start off, I use colored mechanical pencil. Link will be all in the descriptions. To sketch my ideas and stuff, and I used the Stabilo colored pins .88, a red and lavender color. So it's really tricky for me to use these types of pins, especially if you're sketching on a thin paper, like me. Don't be like me. Or they can blot easily, like really easy. Especially I'm using a Limelight sketchbook. For some artists, they start off using darker colors to match with the values. But for me, I think I don't have that kind of skill. That is why I stick to my watercolor process, which is layering and layering and layering and layering from lightest to darkest. The HIMI Gouache seems to work natural, but I find it hard to pick up all the colors and the pigments since they are all dried up. Yeah, they are all dried up, but they can still work fine. But it's tricky. I am now finding a hard time on this gouache since it's really hard to pick up colors when it's dried. Unlike before. They are still very creamy and very easy to pick up, but right now it's really hard for me to pick up colors, especially when they are all dried up. Also, don't mind my dirty gouache. They have some mental issues going on and they need a psychoarts therapy. Okay, enough with my cringe-worthy jokes. So I'm going to talk about my likes and dislikes now on my 2-year-old gouache. The thing I like about this gouache are when they are completely dried off and they are still very pigmented, and it still gives us this creamy texture, which I find really good and easy to use. And I love how they are still opaque watercolors and how they mix with other colors as well. They are rewettable without ruining the initial piece. I like how they have this texture, very good texture. You can use this trick as well on dry. It is usually used on watercolor techniques, but it is also good for HIMI Gouache since it's dried. So dry on dry, good texture. Now I'm going to talk about my dislikes. So my dislikes, I'm not really happy with the dried HIMI Gouache because my 2-year-old HIMI Gouache, there are chunks of dried paint. When I try to pick up a color, which I find it really difficult for me, instead of just using the palette itself, I need to work on wetting the whole gouache paint for it to work. Wet colors do not match the dry colors. This one, the dry colors really did not match, and they tend up the colors brighten as they dry, so you have to paint the picture as it though it was really dark. I mean, all colored gouache artists out there, you know this feeling, right? And first of all, mostly when my 2-year-old dried HIMI gouache, you cannot overpaint. So in conclusion, HIMI Gouache is still on the game for affordable gouache sets, and even they are dried up, you can just spray water to activate them again. And they still show the same results. So I'm really happy I purchased this HIMI Gouache since it's affordable and it's helping me. It's a lifelong process. Art is like a lifelong process. So you need to have lifelong art materials as well. Not yeah. So yeah, just sprinkle a bit of water. Just sprinkle a bit of water on them and they will be activated again. Thank you for watching on my channel. I hope you all have a wonderful day ahead, and please consider clicking the subscribe button for supporting me, and follow me on my Instagram and Facebook for future updates. See you on the next video. Bye bye.